Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. It's a decadent dessert that is easier to make than you might think. Here with her recipe for creme brulee, we welcome the author of the new book, The Sagajo Experience, Chef Sagajo. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell me about your book, because it's not just a cookbook, it's kind of about the overall experience of entertaining, right?
It is, it is. The book has a few of my favorite recipes in them, and it's all about the way in which that I gather and dine, all the different experiences, whether it's lunch, whether it's brunch with my daughters, whether it's breakfast in bed, whether I'm having a family dinner or just inviting guests over. It's all about the treasures of dining with people.
And so many great culinary influences from your Caribbean background as well, right?
Yes, definitely.
Sounds delicious. Okay, I love creme brulee. I've only ever made it, I think, one time. So show us your technique here.
So I put a few things together, of course, because, baking right now would be impossible. So I just wanted to show you. First of all, this is absolutely necessary. It's a vanilla bean, fresh vanilla bean. And what you do is you cut alongside of it, and the inside has those beautiful little specks, those beautiful little seeds. That's where all the flavor is. That is one of the first things that I do. And I actually pour in some heavy cream, and you put that on the stove until slightly bubbled. And then you use egg yolks. I used about 4 egg yolks here. And you add the vanilla seeds in the pods, and then you temper. Tempering means you pour the hot cream into the egg yolks so that you won't have scrambled eggs. You have to temper it, right? And then you end up with this beautiful vanilla-y custard that I have here.
That looks gorgeous.
Thank you. And then what you do is you pour it into a ramekin that I have here, and you just pour that into the ramekins, like so. And what happens here is that we're going to bake this in water. So it's called bain-marie, big word that the chefs use, but it just means you're baking it in a jacket of water. So you're just going to pour, and this is hot water, by the way. So the water has to be hot. You pour it halfway up, and then you stick this in the oven until about 45 minutes, until it's jiggly and everything is nice and firm. And then once it's done baking, you take everything out. Just be careful because everything is hot.
Right. And that water helps everything bake nice and evenly too, right?
Evenly, it steams it. It's more like a pudding. So that's why you need the water. And then when it comes out of the oven, you put it in you let it cool, you put it in the refrigerator, and you end up with this gorgeous, absolutely
so
stunning.
Beautiful. And then do you have a secret sauce or your own technique for the topping of it?
So most creme brulees, this is such a decadent dessert. Most creme brulees, we sprinkle a bit of just some granulated sugar all over the top like this. Make sure and get the edges because you want to brown that nicely.
Okay.
And you just sprinkle on.
That's a nice healthy dose. You're not holding back there. I love that.
No, you're not. And then I like to take a brush. And in this way, you get a nice even tone, a nice caramelization on all of it. There you go. I dust the brush off. And then this is the magic moment when this is the brulee part.
Right. This is where it gets really fun.
This is where it gets really, really fun. So we're going to turn this on, and we're going to, my friendly little propane here. And this is where I hope you can see.
Oh, there you go. That's awesome.
And then what you want to do is this, you just want to, this takes a few minutes because you're bruleeing up. And as you can see, it's coloring as I go along.
That is the best part. Now, do you have a good idea for folks at home who maybe don't have a little handy dandy blowtorch? It's kind of hard to get that effect perfectly.
You know what? Simply add a beautiful sauce, like a
Okay.
strawberry sauce, a raspberry sauce, a blueberry sauce, a jam, anything like that. And then you end up with this gorgeous, after it's done, you end up with this gorgeous dessert.
That's so beautiful. And yeah, any kind of like fresh fruit topping that you want. That's a great way to finish it.
That's exactly the way I love it. And you can hear the crunch.
Yum.
It's
I
beautiful
absolutely
dessert.
love that so much. Thank you for sharing that with us today. You can't go wrong with a creme brulee.
Thank you so very much for having me.
Of course, the book again is The Sagajo Experience, and we'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.